Well, good morning, everybody. I'm San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria. This is a good way to start a week, everybody. We're breaking ground on a new fire station up here in Torrey Pines. I'm joined today by three men that I greatly admire and by a group of folks that I'm very proud to help lead. I'll say it right off the start, our Chancellor of the University of California at San Diego, Pradeep Khosla. City Councilmember Joe LaCava, whose district we're in this morning. Fire Chief Colin Stowell is with us, along with many of his executive team. Guys, we're glad to have you here. And then a number of folks from our city staff beyond our fire department, from our engineering and capital projects department team. We have Assistant Director Myrna Dayton is here, as well as Project Manager Monica Ariando, and resident engineer Nilofar Gazevi. I kind of did that fine in the car. It's okay. A little more coffee, we'll be there. We have a great city team that helped make this project possible. So today we are marking the start of construction on the Torrey Pines Fire Station number 52, which will serve the community of University City along with the surrounding neighborhoods. Thanks to the hard work of our city staff and the residents in these communities, the tennis court you see just behind me will soon be transformed into a 14,600 square foot, 3-bay fire station right here on the campus of the University of California, San Diego. This long-awaited, Chancellor, I'll say again, long-awaited new station will provide fire rescue coverage to the Torrey Pines area and is made possible because of the generosity and partnership with the University of California. You'll hear more about that in just a moment. But I'll put that generosity, let me not underplay that. It's $20 million, everybody. I mean, this is a substantial investment in the community, and it shows that the University of California is a great partner when it comes to being a part of the San Diego community. This land and this funding is provided by UC San Diego is critical to getting this fire station built and helping us to deliver upon one of my key priorities, which is to enhance public safety and invest in critical neighborhood infrastructure. Now, this facility will accommodate a crew of 9 to 11 fire personnel, and the fire chief, I'm sure, will talk about this in a moment, and will be the first in San Diego to house an all-electric fire apparatus, helping us to meet our ambitious climate action plan goals right here in the University City, Torrey Pines area. Off-site improvements include street and traffic improvements along the right-of-way of Torrey Pines Road to allow for much-needed emergency response in this area. I want to thank the design builder, Level 10 Construction, the architect, the Miller Hull Partnership, LLP, and the entire project team for working to make this project a reality. And finally, I want to recognize all the hardworking city staff who've helped get us to this point. This project will exceed costs of about $23 million. It's not inexpensive, but it's very necessary. All of us know that when we have an issue, we want to be able to call 911 and get a response timely. This will make sure that we meet that expectation and that promise. I love a groundbreaking, which is what we're doing today, but I love better ribbon cutting. And so I invite you all to join myself and the Chancellor and Councilmember in the winter of 2024 when we anticipate the final unveiling of this incredible project. With that said, I'd love to introduce my partner in this effort and in all great things here at UC San Diego, education, public education, healthcare, economic development. A lot of good stuff comes off this campus, and it's led by this great man, our Chancellor, Pradeep Khosla. Chancellor Khosla?
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Gloria. So one of the difficult things about following a very articulate mayor is there's nothing more left to be said. But having said that, but not everybody has said what it needs to be said. So let me just repeat a few things. So it's indeed a great honor for me to be here today. This project has been in the making at least for 10 years that I've been here, and I'm told long before that. And somebody asked me, hey, did you feel the need for this fire station? I can tell you that in the last decade, I'm glad that we never quite experienced the need for the station. But I'm also glad that, God forbid, if there was a need in the future, there will be a fire station here. This is a day late, but I'm so glad that it is here today. And the university is very happy to have given the piece of property, which is valued at $1.5 million, some cash valued at about $20.5 million. And I'm sure this was 5 years ago. It's more today, but I'm confident that the city is going to be able to take care of the rest. So from our point of view, you know us as an institution that's providing education, research, and healthcare services to the community. But we also have a responsibility to this community, especially in terms when it comes to safety. And we have grown a lot in the last decade, from 27,000 to 43,000 students. So on any given day, pre-pandemic, there'd be 60, 70 70,000 people on this campus on a 1,200-acre property. So having this fire station here will now help me sleep more peacefully. It would keep our community safer. And it also would be indicative of our commitment to sustainability. This will be the first fire station in California which would have an all-electric truck with a electric vehicle charging station and an adequate number of crew members. So I'm really excited about where we are. And I just want to say a big thank you to the mayor, to the council member, and to the fire chief for a very strong collaboration. Like everything else, it has been a little slower than normal, but I'm glad we are where we are. We are at a perfect location right now, and we are proud to be part of this partnership. So with that said, let me hand this over to our council member, Mr. Joe LaCava. Sir.
Thank you, Chancellor. As the mayor and the chancellor said, my name is Joe LaCava. I am the council member for District 1, which is where we're standing here. But the city also recognizes this area as the university community. And I'm very proud that the chair of the University Community Planning Group is here, Chris Nielsen, who has worked very tirelessly to help us understand the infrastructure needs of this part of the city and has been a great partner in all infrastructure projects across our city. As you've heard, today is a celebration of leadership, partnership, and setting precedent. Thank you, Chancellor and UC San Diego. We would not be here without your cooperation. Thank you to the Chief and to your team who protects life and property. We're grateful to be this much closer to having your needed presence in this corner of our city with a state-of-the-art station. I'm sure he'll talk about that. And thank you to Engineering Capital Projects, Director Rania Amat, and then Myrna, who is here, for shepherding this project. They're really are in the front lines of making sure that we deliver city facilities and infrastructure. And I cannot conceal my enthusiasm that the Torrey Pines Fire Station will be home to an electric fire engine. Let me say that again, 3 words, electric fire engine. And I know the chief's going to talk more about that. But as the mayor said, this is a testament to our dedication to and implementation of our climate action plan goals, electrifying our city one step at a time. With this new fire station and electric fire engine, I can't say that enough, we ensure the safety of residents, businesses, students, and faculties, and we are reducing our impacts on the environment. Again, thank you and congratulations to everybody who helped make this happen. And now I'll turn it over to Chief Stowell.
Thank you, Council Member. And how exciting of a day this is to begin groundbreaking, finally, after so many years. I first want to thank, of course, the University of California, San Diego, Chancellor Khosla, for their generous contribution to making this station a reality. Thanks to Mayor Gloria and Councilmember LaCava for their leadership on this project and for their continued support of our fire department. And of course, I want to send a big thanks out to the teams at Engineering Capital Projects, as well as Chief Gabry and his entire team. You know, we provide the support and of course the goals of where we want to see this, but they're the ones that manage this project day in and day out to make sure that the things go as we expect them to. So thank you to both of those teams there. I want to give you a little context about this station and where we're going to be at. So our city is broken up into 7 battalions, and today we're standing in Battalion 5. Battalion 5 is made up of 8 fire stations here in the battalion that covers University City, La Jolla, Carmel Valley, Del Mar Heights, Sorrento Valley, and of course Torrey Pines. These stations have responded in this area to over 10,000 calls in 2021. That is a lot of calls for this area, and now Fire Station 52 is going to be able to help in addressing that call volume in this area. When it comes to response times, our goal has always been to arrive at an emergency scene within 6.5 minutes, 90% of the time. And although there are not any state or federal mandates that require that, the National Fire Protection Association has set those standards across the United States as what we want to strive for. And I'll be honest with you today, in this area, we are not able to meet that goal. We are just under 9 minutes in our response time in this area. And it is really because of the density and the growth that we've seen around this community and on this campus here. This is really a mini downtown. If you look at University City and you look at the high rises there and the congestion in the area and now the mass transit, this is an another downtown area, and you guys drive the same streets that we do, and getting from place to place is so difficult here with the congestion. And so this station is now going to strategically offer us a better ability to respond and meet some of those goals that we have out there. In 2017, Citygate and Associates did a study here for the city of San Diego to look at what our response time areas were and what our gaps were. Torrey Pines was on that list of a service area gap that we needed to address for better fire protection. A little bit of details about this fire station, as the mayor mentioned, just over 14,000 square feet. That will include sleeping quarters for 9 personnel, an office for the firefighters, a battalion chief here at this site, exercise room, kitchen, workout areas, and on-site parking for the personnel here. I want to also point out that this is also going to follow our cancer awareness prevention program. It's going to divide the station up into 3 areas. We've got our living areas, we've got our areas that we do our maintenance and cleaning of our equipment, and then the decontamination area. This is to meet our very progressive cancer prevention goals that we want to limit the exposure of our firefighters to the cancer-causing agents that we typically see in our kind of work. Fire Station 52, as also mentioned by a couple of the speakers already, is going to have the distinction of housing California's first all-electric vehicle fire apparatus manufactured by Pierce. Pierce has been our manufacturer for all of our fleet for quite some time. They are manufacturing a couple of these electric fire apparatus since they are out of Wisconsin. Of course, Madison trumped us in being able to be the first ones, but they're going to get it at the same time as we are, and so we will be the first ones in the state of California to have an electric vehicle fire apparatus by Pierce. And that's going to include the rapid charging system station that's going to be in the station. And let me tell you, this is quite a commitment by the city of San Diego to meet the mayor's goals and the elected officials' goals of the Climate Action Plan. This is a $2.5 million investment into making sure that we are working towards those goals for the Climate Action Plan. And so we're very excited to see that fire apparatus. So I want to thank everyone for coming out here today to celebrate this great day. We look forward to, as the mayor mentioned, for the ribbon cutting of this in hopefully winter of 2024. And again, thank you very much for coming out here and celebrating the day. And I'll turn it back over to Mayor Gloria.
Thank you, Chief. Let me tell you, you can go all across this country. You've been hard-pressed to find a better fire chief than Colin Stowell. We are so lucky to have him lead our fire department, and I know that he is simply representative of the greatness of our department, of the men and women that make up our fire rescue department, incredible heroes that do great, great work. They're worthy and deserving of a fine facility like what we're going to construct here. I just want to conclude by repeating my appreciation to Chancellor Khosla and the UC family that's here. This is an important collaboration. It's an important relationship. And what I think is really good, and I think particularly true for taxpayers in our community, what you're seeing increasingly is collaboration between different public agencies. A few weeks ago, many of you joined me down in the Stockton area where we joined the San Diego Unified School District for the opening of a new field in that community, a park-starved community where the city was able to make an investment with school district property and create a new large soccer field for that neighborhood. It's a gangbusters. It is going so well. That kind of collaboration saves money and stretches our resources and does right by our taxpayers. Same is true here. Using this public property owned by the state, some of their money, some of our money, what we're going to do is make this neighborhood safer. And so that kind of collaboration is what my administration is all about, and I appreciate that we have a partner in UC San Diego to make that possible. I have a great partner in Joe LaCava, who represents this neighborhood extremely well. Joe has walked these streets for years and years and years. He knows what these neighborhoods want, and it's not surprising that this project would elevate to the top of the list. Joe, thank you for your strong leadership. And I just want to conclude with linking together the 2 themes that you heard today, public safety and climate action. You know, our firefighters are often deployed through mutual aid to the front lines of wildfires all across the state, all across the country. These firefighters have gone to respond to hurricanes on the East Coast. They understand firsthand the real implications and impacts of climate action. They're on the front lines of it. So not surprising, I think it's very appropriate that our fire station here, by being the first in the state to be an all-electric apparatus, they're also going to be on the front lines of fighting climate change, not just responding, but fighting it. And that's what San Diego has to be about. about. We love our natural environment. I mean, it's mid-October, everybody. Look at we could be in shorts, we could be enjoying ourselves, right? This climate is worth fighting for. And as you heard from the council member, we are putting our money where our mouth is, and we're going to make sure that we're doing everything we can to lead the rest of the country when it comes to the transition to electric-powered vehicles in order to reduce our emissions, reduce climate changing emissions into the atmosphere, and importantly, to save our climate, this beautiful environment that we've inherited that we must leave to our children and our grandchildren. So this is a wonderful day of collaboration, a day of public safety, and a day of climate action. This is good stuff, and that's why I'll end where I started. It's Monday, everybody. Monday morning. This is a great way to start a week, and let me just acknowledge, go Padres. We are so darn proud of our Padres. And very proud of the San Diego Wave, who are off to the semifinals tonight. Guys, we have an incredible time going on in our city. It's coming at the exact right time. I will say, as the mayor of this great city, thank you to the Padres and the Wave for giving us something to cheer for. The energy, both at Petco and at Snapdragon, that's incredible. If we could bottle that energy, we could power this city for a decade. So let's make sure that we get to the World Series, we get to the Waves to the final in the Women's Soccer League. This is just a great time. It's a great week. I hope everyone has a great week. But let's start by turning some dirt and look forward to welcome you all back here in the winter of 2024 for the dedication of Fire Station 52. Again, the first in California with an all-electric apparatus. It's a big day, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. All right, we'll count to 3. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Well done.